Hello everyone, this is a response to Go Green 18's video, I Have a Secret. I think Laci said something really interesting in the beginning of her video. Take a look at this clip.
If there are absolutely no causal laws which determine our actions, then yours would be 100% unpredictable. People love to believe that they're unpredictable. Many regard the phrase, "Oh, you're so predictable," as an insult, when in fact, you should take it as a compliment. The people who know you really well can usually predict how you're going to behave in a certain situation.
I think Laci's spot on here, but I'm puzzled as to how this clip relates to the rest of her video. It doesn't seem to get another mention, and my reasoning which follows from this idea is somewhat the basis for me to disagree with Laci's claim that we're not free. Perhaps I'm interpreting this differently to how Laci intended, and if that's the case, this clip may well be out of context, so I recommend everyone go ahead and watch Laci's video before this one. Anyway, let's expand on this idea. It is a good thing that our actions are determined. If this were not the case, our actions would not fit with reality, and basically, we would not function. When we make a decision, like what to have for breakfast, we take all kinds of factors into account, like how hot the weather is, what we had for breakfast yesterday, which foods need to be used before going out of date, what other family members are having for breakfast, and of course, which food tastes good to us. These are all external factors which determine our decision, and it is how we weigh up these factors that makes it our decision. The threat of determinism is, however, that the way we weigh up these factors is also determined before we were even born. However, I think it's critical to consider the alternative before jumping to the conclusion that therefore we are not free. What if the way we weighed up external factors like these was, at least in part, not determined? If it happened for no rhyme or reason? Well, that part of the decision-making process would have to be completely and utterly random, as there would be no reason for reality to favour one action or another. Whilst this would not be a good thing in terms of making a good decision, I think it's safe to say that undetermined decisions do not improve our prospects of having free will. Take some time to think about this. It seems commonplace to think that because something is determined, it is therefore not a manifestation of free will. But how could it be any more a manifestation of free will if it was not determined? Laci does this in her video, as you can see in this clip.
Eat it!
No.
And he didn't choose for it to be that way. My brother's choice to reject the banana soup was caused. Environment, biology, or both.
Here's a question for you, Laci. Who is your little brother? It seems trivial, but we must resort to such questions in philosophy. What are the fundamental components that make your little brother who he is, and not somebody else? I would submit that your brother's genetics, his history, and anything that contributes to how your brother behaves are what fundamentally defines what your brother is. When we say a person's action was caused, what do we really mean? What was the cause in question? What caused me to make this video? You could say that it's because I have the technology to make this video, or to watch your video in the first place. But it would be equally valid to say it was caused by me being born into a first world country, as I would not have such technology at my disposal if it weren't for this. There are a million things we could point to which, had they not occurred, I would not have made this response. However, the most relevant of these is that Laci's video sparked an interest in me, as I have had my own battle with this problem, and I have my own thoughts to share on the subject. The fact that my interest in this subject was determined is irrelevant. This remark, despite what I think is only superficial importance, is irrelevant.
No matter what your decision was, there was a reason that you made the decision that you did. It was caused.
Anyway, I'd like to show you another clip before I wrap up this video.
Obviously, this position brings to the table the question of moral responsibility. If I have no control over my actions, how can I be responsible for what I do? Personally, I haven't been able to overcome this conflict.
I am so glad you asked. From what I've said in this video, it follows that we are the rightful owners of our moral responsibility, because despite our actions being determined, everything that contributes to the fundamental way we make choices is a part of who we are. If you're interested in these kinds of tough questions, I recommend the book What is Your Dangerous Idea, edited by John Brockman. Anyway, I hope I've helped some people in their struggle with determinism in free will. I'd also like to say that this video is not intended as an attack on Laci, rather, a contribution to discussion. GoGreen18 is one of my favourite subscriptions, and I agree with almost everything Laci says. I certainly invite any commentary below or a video response from her or anyone else who's interested. I'll close this video by sharing an issue which I have yet to resolve. It's the problem of identity. Use this annotation or the link in the description box for a video on the subject. Take care everyone.